Obviously very excited. I think, turning season one into success in such a short space of time, seeing the incredible cricket, both local and international stars, and the real competition of the six franchises was terrific. And then also to see cricket in South Africa, the fans come back, grounds full, the buzz inside stadiums was terrific to see again, I think, after a tough few years in South African cricket. So to get that going was truly exciting. And, now we build into season two, and the goal is always to get bigger and better, and, to make sure that SA20 is, a global success, and the biggest league outside India.
Of course, so now talking about the league in particular, the World Cup will get over, then India's tour to South Africa will get over, and then of course we are going to have this SA20 league, and then we're going to have the IPL, and then we're going to have the T20 World Cup. So these leagues are going to keep the players in their groove, especially the South African players. They'll have their own season, their own league to play, and then the IPL to play. So they'll be ready for the T20 World Cup. They'll be best prepared, perhaps.
Yeah, we hope so. I mean, I'm initially hoping for a South Africa-India final at this World Cup. I think that'll be great, just before, as you say, the India tour and Betway SA20. But the thing for us is, one of our goals is that in 2 or 3 years' time, probably more 3 years, that we really see a crop of young South African players. We've seen the success IPL has had in terms of growing the player base and the quality of players around the Indian team. It is our goal that, in maybe 3 to 4 years, that there's a real, crop of white ball cricketers that can really go forward with both, T20, ODIs, and have 20 to 30 high quality players across the board that we can compete. Last year, a lot of our youngsters spoke about playing in front of big crowds and all the cameras and the pressure that came with that for the first time. So, every season we hope that, with the quality of people, the quality of franchises, coaches, medical, and the competition we create, that, as you say, players will come through, and that South Africa will start competing consistently again at world tournaments.
Of course, now you just spoke about South Africa, India, maybe in the final. But having said that, they're going to meet again, so which is going to be very, very recently. And how are you looking forward to the contest? Top two teams playing against each other, and you must be really pleased with the way South Africa has played in this World Cup so far, barring that one blip.
I have to be honest, they've exceeded my expectation. I know that there's some quality players in the squad. All those top players have found form, in the tournaments, which has been great to see. I think led by Quinton de Kock with the bat at the top. Then, the power in that middle order is probably one of the most destructive middle orders that South Africa's had. With 4, 5, and 6, and then Jansen at 7 has been a revelation as an all-rounder in this tournament, and hopefully he can continue. He's a young man, so he's going to have his ups and downs, but he's been a revelation. And to see KG and in particular Kesh Maharaj do really well, and the support play around him, from a bowling department has been good. And obviously now, pretty much qualified for a semi-final, which is terrific. 3 massive round robin games left with Afghanistan, New Zealand, and then obviously, as you say, on the 5th of November, the big one against India. Hopefully that will be a top 2 table clash by then. And the excitement is really starting to build around this back end of the tournament now.
And of course, you must be very highly impressed with the way India have played. The matches they have played, they've been unbeaten in the tournament. They have all bases covered. I mean, they have not put a foot wrong in this tournament at all so far.
They haven't. They actually haven't found themselves under pressure at all. They've just played such dominant cricket. India are always strong at home, but in a World Cup event, that extra pressure, that extra expectation doesn't seem to be impacting them. Their big players again are performing well with both bat and ball. I guess the only blip that they have at the moment is the injury to Hardik Pandya and sort of how they balance their squad. But picking the extra bowler has worked well for them. And I think the thing is they've got a very attacking batting lineup and a very attacking bowling lineup. So, if you're not at your best, they really can destroy you in these conditions. As expected, the dominant team, and I think the team to beat in the tournament.
Of course. Now, you just mentioned about Hardik Pandya in particular. Hardik Pandya is recovering from injury. How much his absence is going to be a blow to India, considering the fact that, very soon we are also going to see the knockout stages. So how important a player he is going to be for India, balance-wise? He can bat, he can bowl, he can do well.
Yeah, look, I think, I spoke about Janssen, how impressive he's been at seven with the bat and with the ball, to have that all round ability. I think, obviously India are lucky that, they've got, Jadeja that can play a bit of an all rounder role as well. But to lose an all rounder does mess with your balance. I think at the moment India have chosen to go with more frontline bowling options, and not play the extra batter. And so far it's working for them. So, they'll try and get Hardik fit for I think, probably the knockout games to make sure that their balance and availability is there. But again, we just speak about the quality that they have in their squad. The players that are stepping up and performing, you haven't noticed it yet. They've not been under pressure. I mean, last night against England, you probably 230 total thought they were going to be under pressure, but, they just stepped up and dominated the game and weren't pushed. So we'll only ever know if we can find a team that can push India in this World Cup to know how that's going to impact them.
Of course, I'm not talking about you just spoke about you were the captain when Sachin Tendulkar went on to score his 50th Test ton, which was a massive achievement, and he's got overall 100 international tons. Virat Kohli is on the brink of equaling and even breaking his record. How do you see that? Virat Kohli will equaling once it seems Sachin's record is unbreakable. Now Virat is just one short of his ODI tons. You think he can equal and even break it and take it to another level?
Listen, I mean, Virat's career has been incredible, but I think when you dig into his one-day stats and record, it is just mind-blowing. I think that, the quality that he's produced right throughout his one-day career is, I think it exceeds, in my opinion, it exceeds Sachin. I just think he's brilliant, in particular with the chase, the way that he controls chases, the way that he has the ability to just play his natural game no matter what's happening around him. And he is a key figure along with Rohit Sharma at the top of the order in terms of managing, I guess, India's pressure as the tournament gets on and how well they play with the bat. But, just a superstar. I mean, so much gets said about Virat Kohli, but, I don't think enough gets made about how actually, insane his one-day record is. It's just, it's mind-blowing.
Of course, we're all looking forward to him to break it. And so so your pick for the four semi-finalists from now on?
Always tough to predict, but I think right now in my mind I'm thinking India top. I'm hoping South Africa 2, New Zealand 3, and then it looks like Australia are going to get into the top 4 as well. So I'm thinking that potentially is going to be your top 4 for the knockout phases.
And your prediction for the final then?
Well, I already told you what I'm hoping for. I'm looking at. I go back to South Africa on Wednesday, and I've already started looking at flights for the final. So I'm hoping that South Africa can, make it count, and that the dream final for us would be against India in Ahmedabad, in front of that massive stadium. I think that is a dream come true. We've just seen our rugby team